let's use one of these. Hi everyone, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Stay tuned. Welcome to my channel, friends. Thank you so much for being here today. I truly appreciate it. Today we're going to use one of these wonderful pads that I found at the Dollar Tree, and we're going to use it in a way that gives it a more masculine feel. So I'm going to flip to my overhead camera, give you a closer look at the papers we'll be using, and then we're going to make over this one together. All right, y'all, so here's a closer look at the notebook that we're going to be working with. It's one of those really cute notebooks that I got from the Dollar Tree. Now, if you don't have these notebooks, I did do a video showing how you can make them, and I'll have that video linked in the description box below. But even when I shared this one with you, I mentioned that I thought it would make a great masculine notebook. And so that's the vibe I'm going for today. But this doesn't have to be masculine. All you have to do is change the papers to suit whatever it is you want it to be. But today I am going to be using a new masculine digital paper collection that I have. It is available on my website if you are interested. It will include this nice distressed polka dot look. And then we have plaid that's really giving off the brown. And then this one is meant to mimic the back of a leather high back chair. And I think that it is absolutely fun. And then I have some diagonal stripes, and you can see a common theme with this particular paper pattern. I did go for that brown look because I wanted to stay in line with the actual notebook itself. And then I have these wider stripes. I love this one. I don't know what it is about this particular paper, but I really do love it. So here are the papers that are in the collection. You can use these papers as 8.5 by 11 or 12 by 12. It all depends on your printer and your printing application and how you set it. So I'm just going to give you a very quick look at these wonderful browns. There are 5 designs in this collection. They are available on my website now. And depending on how many of these notebooks I have, I will also have a kit collection available on my website, and it will contain the full collection. So you'll get 2 of each 12 by 12 inch sheet and then 2 of the 8.5 by 11 inch sheets. So here are the papers that I've actually chosen to use on today's project. You can see that if you do purchase the kit, you don't use all of your papers. You'll have some left over, but I just decided I would go with these for this project for today. So if you're purchasing the kit will give you enough to make one project that I'm making today, and then you'll have some papers left over. And I will be using chipboard on today's project, and it will also be included with your kit. I have a piece that is 3/4 of an inch by 8 1/4, and I have 2 pieces that are 6 by 8 1/4. So for right now, I'm going to focus on my plaid papers, y'all. I think these papers are just gorgeous, and I think that you will too. So I'm going to take these 2 plaids. And when I print my 12 by 12s, they actually do come out with a white border because my printer does not print 12 by 12 borderless. It will print 8.5 by 11 inch borderless, as you can see here, but it does not print 12 by 12 borderless. So if you do purchase the kit from me, you are going to have your 12 by 12 inch pieces will have an 1/8 of an inch border all the way around. So, and I don't want that border today. So I am going to go ahead and just trim away because I want a piece that is 10 by 9. So I'm cutting 2 pieces that are 10 by 9. And on the 10-inch side, I am just going to take a strip of 1/2 inch tape because we need to join those 2 pieces together. And I'm going to peel away the tape backer. We're going to take this piece. Let's see what type of a matchup I can do. And we're going to join these 2 pieces together. To get one long piece. Then we're going to take our chipboard pieces and we're going to put them down like this So then we're going to take our chipboard pieces and we're going to put them down like this, because we do want that spine to fall on the back side of our book. So we'll be placing it like that. I have double stick tape on mine. I'm going to go ahead and peel away the double stick tape from all of my pieces, and y'all, I'll be right back. All right, so I've peeled away the double stick backing. I am just going to take this piece. We're going to place it down right there. Then I'll take my 3/4 of an inch by 8 1/4 inch piece, and we're going to place it down right here with about 1/8 of an inch in spacing in between. And we will take this piece and we're going to do the same thing. So we're going to place it down with about 1/8 of an inch in spacing in between. And then I'm just going to trim away the excess. And now I can flip over. Let's get that nice and stuck. So now I'm going to take my stylus, press it against the chipboard, and press down into my paper to get a score. Now what this does is it helps to loosen your fibers, and it helps to give you a nice crisp score as well. But if you have a paper that's prone to cracking, go ahead and give this a try. It might not eliminate the cracking, but it might just help to minimize the severity of it. You might still have cracking, but it might not be as bad, because we are going in and just working those fibers a little bit. So now we can take this, stand up, and train our paper to fold over. So now I'll just miter my corners. You can do this with your finger blade, you can do it with scissors, you can do it with a box cutter, whichever one you want to use. Let's take some tape and place that tape on all 4 edges. I'm going to take my tape runner, and on these longer pieces, I'm just going to add some tape in the corners, because once we do the fold over, we're actually going to lose some of that adhesive on the corners here. So let's go ahead and peel away our tape backer from all 4 sides. Now I can stand up and fold over, and I can already tell that I'm loving the look of this. This is actually the first one that I've made. I didn't do a prototype. And then I'm going to fold this one over as well. So let's go ahead and get that stuck. Now I'm just going to take my big old spatula and go along to square everything off nicely. So I'm just going along the edges. And we are doing just a nice little professional edge to this. And don't you think that that is absolutely gorgeous? And my seam is on the back, but you can't even tell. You can feel it if you take your hand and rub it, but you can't even tell. And y'all, I love how this is turning out. So now we need to do our inside liner piece. I am going to go ahead and just take some tape and put my tape down to cover the chipboard. And then we'll figure out the sizing for the inside liner. I also have a notebook that I will be doing with a more feminine flair to it, and I think you'll like that one as well. It'll be very simple, but I decided I would use that Quilted Life paper for that one, and I love how that one turned out. Then I'm going to bring in my scoreboard so that we can figure out the sizing that we need. Now this looks like it is about 13 inches. So I am going to take one full piece and I'll put it down, and then I'll take part of another piece and put it down. So we know that this is 8 1/4 inches long, and I always reduce by 1/4 of an inch. So I'm going to go ahead and just trim this piece to 8 by 11. So when we put it down, it'll go down like that. Then I'm going to go ahead and trim this piece to 8. By 4. So I am going to take my tape and I'm just going to go around and place my tape. And I can place the tape on this piece on 2 long sides and 1 short side. Then I'm just going to peel away my tape backers. And we'll go ahead and put the 8 by 11 inch piece down. All right, so I have removed the tape backer from my 8.5 by 11 inch piece. And we're just going to take this and I'm going to put it down like this. And I still think that that is so nice, so elegant. Let's get it stuck. Then we're going to take this piece and I'm going to add tape to the whole back because when I put it down, I need for it to stick on this side as well. So I am going to take my tape and I am just going to add my strips long ways so that I can get complete coverage. So now let's peel away our tape backers and I am going to take this piece and we're just going to match it like that and like that. Now I can go in and I'm just going to work the spine because we do want a nice crisp spine. And when you're making a folio like this, make sure that your inside liner piece is not too thick because you definitely want the flexibility that comes from a lighter weight paper. You can use a medium weight to heavy weight if you want for the outside, but for the inside, let's use a lighter weight paper because we want that flexibility. But if you don't have any lighter weight paper and you have a piece that you really want to use what works best for you. So there is our little booklet. We will be taking this piece and we're going to put it in right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little piece of my leftover scrap and I am going to cut this piece at 8 inches. But I am not going to glue the entire thing down. I'm going to leave just a little bit of an opening here because that's going to be easier to slide out that notebook. So I'm going to take my finger blade and I'm just going to cut at an angle like that. And when we put this down, we're going to put it in like this. So I'll take my glue and I will place my glue on 2 sides. So I'll place it on one short side and then along the bottom. And now I can take this and when I put it down, I really am putting it as close to the edge as possible. We'll go ahead and just get this nice and stuck. And before you put your notebook in, it'll look like this. You won't even notice that once you have the notebook in. So now on this side, I'm going to take this paper and we're going to remove the white edge. So when you remove the white edge, you actually end up with a piece that is 11 3/4 by 11 3/4. So you're not really losing that much. If you have a printer that prints borderless 12 by 12, you're not losing anything at all because it will print to the edge if that's how your printer is designed to print your 12 by 12s. So now we're going to take this piece and we're going to cut it at 7. So we have a piece here that is 7 by 11 3/4. On the 11 3/4 inch side, we're going to score at 1/2 inch, at 1, 1.5, at 2, and 2.5. Let's rotate it to the opposite 11 3/4 inch side and do the same thing. So 1/2 inch, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5. And then we're going to turn it to the bottom, and we are going to score this at 1/2 inch. So now let's just take it, fold it, fold it, fold it, and fold it. And so when you finish folding, it'll look like this. So let's fold, 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 and fold. And then we're going to take it and just fold up on the bottom. And I'm going to use my finger blade, and I'm just going to remove all of these 1/2 inch pieces and cut in like that. And if you purchase the kit, this particular paper will be the only double-sided paper in your pack. Everything else will be single-sided. So now when we take this, we're simply going to take it, fold up like this, and then we'll be putting it in our book. So I am going to take my glue, take just a little bit of glue right here, and a little bit of glue right there. We're going to fold up and fold over. So we're creating just a little accordion pocket in our book. And it's going to look like that, and y'all, I think it's gorgeous. And so now we have this piece left. I am going to create a topper for this. Let's measure this and see what size it is. So I'm getting 6 3/4. So I am going to take this scrap and we're going to cut it at 6 3/4. So then I'm going to take it and rotate it and score it too. That's just giving me a little bit of a fold area, because we're going to take this and we're going to put it in our book like this. But y'all, one of the things that I just noticed is that mine is too long. So I am going to take my trimmer and I am just going to shorten this a little bit. So I am going to trim this at 5.5. So we're going to take this and we'll be putting it in like this, but again, I'm going to make a slight adjustment. And then we're going to score at 3 3/4. And now I'll take this piece and I'll fold up. Then I'm just going to take my glue and place some glue on this piece. And now we'll take this piece and we're going to put it on like that. So it's just giving us a nice little cover to our pocket, and we'll be able to open and tuck things in. So now let's take our glue and we're going to put our glue right here and right here. Then we'll take this and we're just going to place it down on the back side here and the back side here, because then we'll just fold over and we'll have a nice little flap to this. And now we'll be able to take this and we're going to put it in our notebook like this. Now this is how I've chosen to put mine, but you certainly don't have to do that if you don't want. You can make yours smaller. You can put it in this orientation if you want, but I want mine to be like this. So now I'm going to take my glue, place some glue here, some glue right here, and then glue along the bottom, making sure that we have a nice little stick on this. Now we can take this and you can place yours where you like. Let's get that stuck. Take my bone folder. I'm going to go into the bottom and work my stick. And y'all, I think that that is absolutely adorbs, but I do have this little strip here. I think I'm going to take just a little piece of this and we're going to put it down. I'm not going to do the whole thing. So I am going to remove some of the white backer. I think I'm going to cut my strip. Oh, let's cut it at 3/4 of an inch. And let's see, we can take this piece and we can put it on right there, or we can put it right there in the middle. I think I'm feeling it more here. So I am going to take some of my tape and we are going to place that tape on like this. Let's peel away the tape backer. And y'all, I do apologize for my voice. It goes in and out. But I can tell you this, I am getting a lot better. So now I'm going to take this piece and I am just going to put it down close to the bottom here. And I do think that that is a nice little tie-in to the whole project. I love this collection. I think that it is masculine elegance. I think that's what I'm going to call it. Masculine elegance. So now we can take this and fold it over. I am going to hold this closed with Velcro dots. So I'm going to use 2 Velcro dots because I really do want to have a nice flat closure on this. So let's just go ahead and place a Velcro dot there and a Velcro dot here. Remove that backer, and I get my Velcro dots from the Dollar Tree. They work very well, just as well as any that you might get at the store. And so there is my nice little pocket. I haven't decided if I'm going to put any embellishments on here yet. I probably will. I just don't know what, because you know, sometimes when you are doing masculine projects, the embellishments that you put on really have to be kept at like a minimum because you don't want to over embellish something that they might want to carry. So I'm going to take my notebook, put my notebook in, and you see how my notebook just slides into the pocket there? That's what I want. I want to keep it very simple. So when you open it, you have a pocket for receipts. You can put some cash in there. You can put some business cards. You can put so many different things in. I am going to find just a little something here for the front. I am not going to over embellish, just a little something. And so what I've decided to put on the front of mine, I have these little corner protectors. I like to use them on my project, and I am going to take just a little bit of my Reptile adhesive because Reptile will hold this metal piece on. I have done this numerous times using Reptile adhesive, and I can tell you it definitely holds. So I am just going to use my clip to get that hold started. Let me make sure I have this on nice and straight. So let's take that clip, put that clip there, and put a clip right there. And then this one, I'm going to add some glue right here. And we're going to take this one and put it right there. It's pretty flat, so I don't even need to put a clip on it because it's going to hold. But I think that just adding that adds such a touch of elegance to this. And if you order the kit, I will include a couple of the corner protectors in case you want to give yours a similar look to this. And then here in the middle, I just decided that for mine, I'm going to put a little sticker that says "Make Today Count." Not a whole lot of anything, just something very basic. And when you do yours, just choose something very simple to decorate it, because a lot of times we decorate in a very feminine manner, and we don't want to do that with our more masculine project. And so here is our wonderful masculine looking notebook. I did add a little piece of ephemera here that says "Adventure is calling. Of course I will go." Open it, we have this nice little finished area here. We can close it, and our notebook fits in here beautifully. I think that this is a great little gift to give to anyone, or to make it and keep it for yourself. But just remember that this is removable, so if you want to take it out to write in it, you certainly can. We created this little pocket here just to hold it in place. I am just going to slip that back into place, close it, and y'all, there we have a very beautiful little notebook. I love it, and I hope that you have loved it too. So if you have enjoyed this video, and I certainly hope that you have, please hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, all day, every day, this is what we do, y'all, and this is how we do it, and I would love to have you subscribe. So hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notification bell so that you will know when I upload a new video. As always, my beautiful crafty friends, please be safe, be kind, and be the reason someone smiles today. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.